How do you stay happy when all your friends are getting married or dating people and you are alone?
Number one, cast those things out. Number two, know that your identity isn't in that. Your identity is in Jesus.
That took a lot of energy and just made me like a zombie, and my family was like, what's going on? Your joy is gone. You're not the Joe we used to know. And she wasn't going to God, and she was basically making me her Jesus.
How would you answer that?
Somebody will come alongside you and run that race with you. All right, if you guys saw the title of this video, you know exactly what we're gonna talk about.
Why are you single?
I don't know, why are you so close to me?
Because this is a serious topic. Scoot over.
Oh my, okay.
This is the question we're gonna answer and just get to the bottom of today. A lot of you guys, let me tell you, this man's phone, I have seen the DMs come in. Why are you single? How is a man of God like you? Like, I know we all be seeing his posts, these Ephesians 5 man morning routines. Bro is physically fit. He's spiritually fit.
I'm trying. I'm still working on spiritually fit and physically fit every day.
And I'm gonna be honest, bro. I don't know why you're single. Like, as a wingman, as Joe and I have been best friends for like a long time. Let me tell you, any woman is gonna be so lucky to have this guy as a husband.
Appreciate it, man.
But
it's been a difficult season. I mean, I've been single for, I haven't had a serious relationship in a while. I feel like the longest relationship I've had has been about 3 months. But that kind of just speaks to, I'll know when she's the one. I don't waste really any time.
Right.
Like, I kind of get like this feeling in my stomach. It's been weird lately. I went on a date not too long ago and I started getting the tumbly rumblies.
please explain. What's that?
I was getting hot. The stomach was like, and I was like, my eyes were getting big, and I was just like, I gotta go. Like,
Is this how it happened?
yeah. And she was like, are you okay? And I was like, no. And I genuinely think that my future wife out there is praying her mind off for me. Because anytime like I have this feeling, I just know she's praying for me. She's just like, Lord, my man is out there and he's probably on a date right now and I need you to give him the tumbly rumblies.
That's crazy.
She's probably praying and she's just like, Lord, let him get a stomachache right now if he's with any other woman right now because I need him and he can't be with anybody else.
Amen.
You know? So she's working overtime and I appreciate that. But I'm hoping I don't get any more tumbly rumblies and the right woman will come into my life. It's so weird. I think it's like the spirit checking me and he's just like, she's not the one, son.
For real.
It was so bad. I got food poisoning one time. I think it's a spiritual thing now. If I get food poisoning or if I just start getting like really bad stomach aches, it's the Lord just saying she's not the one.
Yeah.
But anyways.
The one thing I'll say about Joe, he's always made it known to like me and Julia. I applaud this because this is how it should be. But he has high standards of what he wants his future spouse to be like. How the lifestyle, like,
yes.
when it comes down to living for the Lord.
Yes.
And even some people when they think of like Christian relationships, they're like, oh my goodness, your standards are so high, you're never gonna find somebody that perfect, whatever. Like, there's so many different stigmas and stereotypes about it. But one thing I admire and I applaud you for is I've seen you go on lots of dates, not even dating people. Like, it's not even like you've been
just
boyfriend and girlfriend. Like,
just getting to know them.
Getting to know them.
Yeah.
And within 1 or 2 dates, you can discern and tell, like, hey, it's also been the other way too, because it hasn't, like, a lot of this is like, why am I single? Because I turn everybody down. No, like, that's not it. Like,
I had some girls turn me down.
Yeah, believe it or not.
You're missing out.
No, but like, it's been both ways, but it's been really interesting because I feel like, yes, there's like this letdown and this sadness, but there's also peace in knowing like, okay, that wasn't the one God had for me.
Yeah, it's so, like, whenever that person, you like kind of cut it off, it's kind of like a weight was lifted off. You're like, okay, well,
Yeah.
And if you feel that way, they weren't the one.
And the other thing I admire or applaud you for is, from what I've seen Joe, how he pursues like women that he thinks he could date or marry, treats them so well. Like, pays for their meals.
Hey, I try, and I will pay for your meal every time. I'll pay in full. I'll even maybe get you a dessert if you're good. What does that mean? If we have a good time. If you make me laugh. If you can make me laugh on on our first date, you might get a cupcake. Who knows?
Yeah, whatever the restaurants are. No, but I think it's really cool because you definitely take the role of like a godly man and how a godly husband should serve their future wife when it comes to paying for their meal, when it comes to, you know, whether it's picking them up or, you know, leading in that way. I think is something that people don't do a lot in this culture. And it's just, it literally comes down to how you should treat a woman. And I think you do it really well.
Well, appreciate that, bro. I feel like a lot of guys are becoming a lot more feminine and they aren't paying for meals and they're like, hey, let's split it. And I don't think that is the way to go. Or they're like, hey, pick me up or whatever. But you, like the guy needs to do the pursuing. He needs to be the one taking you out. He's getting the honor of taking you out and getting to know you.
Yes.
He's getting the honor to do that.
I think that what you said is like he needs to do the pursuing. Like I think there needs to be mutual effort.
Yeah.
But it's like, yes, like the man should pursue the woman. And I think you've done a really good job of that. And like you said, I think that's something in culture that's slowly fading away, which is unfortunate, but it's cool to see that you are doing that.
And like you said, like we got to be serving each other.
Yeah.
And I have been in a relationship where I was putting in all the effort and I was getting her flowers and I was getting all of this and I was going above and beyond and I was serving and dying to myself every day and I wasn't getting it back. And it was sapping so much energy from me because I was giving 100% and she wasn't giving 100% back. And so in relationships, I think I learned that, like just seeing your relationship with Julia and our other friends like Richard and Kirby, like you guys die to yourself every day and serve each other, and that is so admirable. And I want that in a relationship. You know, one thing in that relationship that I had was she was going to me for a lot of the problems first, and she wasn't going to God, and she was basically making me her Jesus. And that put so much weight on me. I was just taking the weight of all her problems every single day, and it got so heavy and it got so heavy. But she needed to be giving all those problems to God and letting him deal with it and not me. She needed to go to God first, deal with it with God, and then kind of talk to me about what the situation was and how the Lord is working in her heart about it. And like we weren't even like husband and wife yet. Like there was just so much already pressure in the beginning, and that took a lot of energy and just made me like a zombie. And my family was like, what's going on? Your joy is gone. You're not the Joe we used to know. And so when you're looking for a relationship, you got to find somebody that's gonna treat you respectfully and that is going to reciprocate your love and like your servanthood.
Yeah, that's really good. Well, I know you have questions.
Yes,
that
a
you
lot
wanna dive into.
a lot of you guys ask me questions on Instagram and I want to answer them, some about dating, some about single life and what that's like.
Yeah, like I think these questions are gonna be really good because there's a lot of people who are in your situation who also like desire to be married.
Yeah, the first question was, how do you stay happy when all your friends are getting married or dating people and you are alone?
Wow.
And it sometimes feels like this.
Can't believe that it's finally me and you and me, just us and your friend Steve. Do Steve.
And yeah, I may be a Steve, but I have so much fun. I feel like you just can't get in your head and have that self-pity spirit in your mind saying, oh my gosh, I wish I was in a relationship. Oh, they're so cute together. Man, I wish I could express myself like that or whatever, or just be in that such an amazing relationship.
Yeah.
Instead, you gotta just focus in on the moment and spending time with your brothers and sisters in Christ and just have fun. I'm always like the seventh wheel or the fifth wheel.
This weekend.
I go on trips with them all the time. I'm the third wheel. I went to Iceland with my friends and I was the third wheel. And you know what? I had a freaking good time. Iceland, I was living it up. I had my own hotel room to myself. It was a cloud nine. Like it was just like the best hotel ever. I was living it up and I will go back alone. I will go back. I will do a solo trip.
Preferably with the wife though next time.
Well,
Preferably.
Lord willing, yes. And Iceland is beautiful. Oh man, check out my vlog.
Yeah,
Anyways.
no, for real. And one thing I wanted to ask about that, because I feel like you have done such a good job about that, like, because I know you desire to get married so bad, but you also have been so content in like the seasons of singleness, or even like in the seasons where it's like things didn't work out. And like, do you feel like even just the Lord putting you in the season and being able to be the third, fifth, seventh wheel, whatever you want to call it, like, do you feel like you've learned a lot from the married? Because I know most of the time you hang out with married couples, right?
Oh, all the time.
Yeah.
I'm always hanging out with married couples. I barely hang out with anybody that's honestly single. Yeah, that's crazy. I always, whoa.
Maturity. No, I don't know.
I guess.
I mean, that probably has.
But I
nothing to do with
do.
it, but-
I admire and I learn and I look and see the relationship dynamic, your guys' relationship and like my mentors, and I'm like, I want that.
Yeah.
You know, I love how they communicate. And I think that's something that is powerful, is hanging out with other couples and seeing what you do like and what you don't. And when you go dating, you can see if that works out or not.
Right. Yeah, I think it shows a lot too, like, because you're in that season, like there's definitely mature, like you have to be mature.
Yeah.
And it grows.
Yeah.
Like,
and I'm not perfect. I mean, I definitely will have moments to where I'll feel alone, but I don't let that settle in my mind, and I cast it out in Jesus' name, and I start reciting Bible verses over my mind. I think the Lord says to take every thought captive. And so I believe just putting positivity in my mind with scripture and like counting my blessings. I got a roof over my head. I have a family that loves me. I have good friends, and just focusing on that and knowing that the Lord knows my intentions and knows my heart, and his thoughts are higher than our thoughts.
Yeah.
We sometimes can't see the big picture. We sometimes will have rough moments, we'll have low lows, but we have genuinely grown so much. Picture this, you're looking at a graph. I majored in economics, but you will have lows some days and some weeks, but you will keep learning from those failures and from those weak times, but you're gonna be probably going up after those low lows.
Yeah.
And so when you look at the big picture, from the moment that you started to where you are now, you have grown so much. And the Lord is gonna do a big work in you, and it may look like a low right now, but he's got such a big treasure for you.
Yeah.
And he's got a big treasure for me, I know,
oh
for
yeah,
sure.
and
someday.
I think what it comes down to is not putting your identity in finding a spouse, because you can think all of your worth comes from who you're married. You can think all of your worth comes from being in a relationship, even an intimate relationship. I mean, let's just be honest, like when you get older, that's something you think about. Most people do. They want to have kids, they want to have a family, especially for somebody too, like you talked about it before, but you've waited for marriage your entire life.
I have waited for marriage, and you know,
No, this is real. Like, people can get their identity so wrapped up in that and wanting that with somebody or whatever, a family.
Yeah.
Getting to buy your first house together, you know, whatever it is, that their identity becomes so enwrapped in it that it robs them of their joy, it robs them of their happiness. They can't even hang out with other couples because they'll just almost idolize them and be like, I want that, and it drives me crazy that I don't have that, so I can't even be around them.
Yeah, and you can even like see it off them, almost
Yes.
like the jealousy on them, or it just kind of exudes off them. It's kind of weird.
And I just think the important thing is, especially for the person who asked that question, or if you've been in that where you're like, everybody's in a relationship except me, I'm sad, whatever it is, like, number one, like you said, cast those things out. But number two, know that your identity isn't in that.
Yeah.
Your identity is in Jesus.
And adding on to that, there's this book I read called Single, Dating, Engaged, Married. Is it by Ben Stewart? I think it's by Ben Stewart. Yeah, Ben Stewart, yeah. And he says to just keep running the race, and somebody will come alongside you and run that race with you.
Yes, and if they can keep up with you,
Yes.
ask them what their name is. Have you
Yeah,
seen that?
yeah,
Where it's
yeah.
like, run your race, and if somebody keeps up with you, introduce yourself. Ask them what their name is.
Yeah. You in life, you want somebody that's going to be pursuing the Lord with you, making you better, encouraging you, making you run that race as long as you can. You don't want somebody that's going to make you look back and making you slow down, because when you run, you face forward. You don't look back, because when you're looking back, you start to slow down.
Yeah.
So you want somebody that's going to come alongside you, finish the race strong, and love you.
Yeah, love it. What's the next
Let's
question?
answer a question. How has being single helped you to grow personally and spiritually?
Oh, that's good.
I guess being single, I have just really worked on myself, and I have dedicated my time into working out and spending time with the Lord and refining my mind. And it produces steadfastness in that, and it produces endurance. And sticking to something really just hones the mind. And I think that when you're in a relationship with somebody, when times get rough, that you can work on it. You know, you don't just give up.
Yeah, you have discipline. When I think about this, when I was single, like I had my heart broken several times.
I have
before
too, yeah.
I married Julia. And like I was always in the place of like, I want to work on myself so much that it's like I'm showing them what they're missing, basically.
Oh, I love to do that.
Not as like I hope they see me and see how everything I'm doing, but more so like I want to work on myself.
It's
so
a
that
performative mindset.
Well, not even that. I want to work on myself so that the next person I meet who could be my wife, I'm at the place where like what I couldn't do for that person, I've improved myself. And I'm not saying you have to be perfect.
Right.
But I think there was definitely a time in my life before I got married where it was like I wasn't ready for a relationship, a Christian relationship even at that.
Yeah.
And so I think it's important to like, I guess my question to you would be like, have you ever been in a place where you could definitely say without a shadow of a doubt, I would not have stewarded a relationship well 5 years ago with how much I've worked on myself, with where I am now in my life, because with where you're at now in your life, it's pretty cool. I mean, you're at a place where when you get married, you could start a family. And you could, you know, so how do you answer that?
I definitely think that the heartbreaks, I'll just speak into that, where I have had a heartbreak and my mind is very like performative, and like I'm just like I am going to work on myself so hard and just improve myself and be the best version of I can be for my future wife. And that looks like spending time in my word daily, refining my mind and renewing my mind so that I can lead her spiritually. And every day that I spend time with the Lord and I get older, I'm growing closer to the Lord. And so I'm in hopes that I do get a wife. I hope I can lead her well when that time comes. And I think I can more than I was when I was younger.
Yeah, I think we live in a society where everything's at the tip of your fingers. And especially with social media, I mean, you can see so many people who have like what you would see as a picture perfect relationship.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of the times too, you don't always see the behind the scenes. And like, I think the best thing if you're in that season, like when you go through heartbreak or when you're in the season of like, man, I desire a significant other, but that's just not happening right now. I think it is like working on yourself so that you can be the best version of yourself for the person that you will end up marrying one day. And I think that's important because it shows like you're investing into that future.
100%.
When you think about it that way, it's so much deeper. It's like, I'm not doing this just for me. I'm doing this for my future spouse.
Yes.
I'm doing this for my future children. Maybe even the mentor I'll be to people one day. Like, because people will look at your lifestyle, or like you said, the way you lead your wife, the way you raise your children, they're gonna look at that and be like, that didn't just happen overnight. Yeah. Like there's refining, there's things that have gone into this over years.
Yeah, I agree. It takes a lot of consistency and motivation to really develop a honed mind and develop great qualities to becoming a good partner.
I think the best way to put it is your future, especially if you're a man, just because we're talking from your future wife is going to count on you.
Yes.
To be the provider of the household, to be
protector,
spiritual leader, protector, all of that. And working on that before you even have, they can have assurance of like, I know my husband is going to do these things. And so I think that's a good place to be.
All right, we're gonna do one more question. Do you think dating should start out fun and become serious later? I think it's definitely best to keep it fun in the beginning and get to know them for who they are, and to take it slow. Not super serious in the beginning, because life is not gonna be so serious all the time. You're gonna have funny moments, because if you take life so seriously, it's gonna be boring, you know? For example, I took a girl on multiple dates early on. I didn't know her at all, and I got to know who she was, and we had fun. We went go-karting and we went golfing, and we just had fun and see if we had chemistry and if we enjoyed each other's time. Because when you're with somebody, like, you want them to be your lifelong partner, you want to have fun with them. You want to just be around them all the time, and it doesn't get boring. And you want to keep spending time with them. And so I think it's super important to be fun in the beginning. Would you agree?
Yeah, I would agree. I think dating is a serious topic, because I think there's definitely like people are like, oh, have fun while you're young.
Oh, yeah.
Type thing. And so that's not what he's saying.
No.
But I think there is a serious aspect that will be always going to, like, if I'm taking you on dates or if I'm dating you, I'm pursuing you.
It's gonna be intentional.
Yes, it's intentional and it's a serious thing. But I think what that question was kind of like implying is like, should it just be like, so many kids do you want?
Oh, yeah.
Just like everything kind of right out the gate?
Yeah, no.
I think that time and spending time with somebody is the best way to get to know somebody.
Yeah.
And it is serious, but I think a lot of the times people can pursue, like for Julia and I, when we started dating, yes, we decided like when we start dating, we have marriage in mind. But I mean, we hardly even talked about marriage until we had dated for a little while.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it doesn't mean that it wasn't fun, but it also doesn't mean that it wasn't serious.
Yeah.
And so I think when it comes to the fun aspect, yeah, have tons of fun. You should have fun with your partner. You should be able to vibe and have a good time. But when it comes to serious, like the whole situation is a serious situation, because you can marry this person someday. So it's like making sure you're intentional with the time, making sure you're treating them how they deserve to be treated. Not just like, you know, having fun, do whatever you want. Not that, but like allow yourself to be yourself, I think.
Yes.
Because sometimes, like for me, previously in dating as well, I wouldn't use the word serious, but I think sometimes I tried to perform or look a certain way that actually kind of took away from who I actually was.
Yeah.
I wasn't as fun, or I didn't feel like I could fully be my like
Yeah,
the
your real
person I
self.
actually am. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I think sometimes you can get so wrapped in, like we said, the identity of, oh, I hope this date went well, and oh, I want to date them in the long term. So you know that it actually prevents you from being your real authentic self and getting to know each other on a real authentic level.
That reminded me of something. When I was in college, I went on a date with somebody, and I can tell she did research on me.
What?
She's like, you know that video that you did like 3 months ago? I was like, yeah. And she's like, we should go on a Bible study date. I'm like, the first date? I'm like, that's kind of intimate. I was like, well, you don't go on Bible study dates like first date. I was like, you being somebody that you're not. You've done research on me. I was joking about it too. I'm not going Bible study date. First date? My goodness, that's a little far. Let's get coffee first. How are you? My name is Joe. Yeah, Bible study, that's a spiritual
Dude, I feel like
thing.
that's a whole
Other segments.
conversation.
We will do another video on that.
Spiritual involvement dating. That's like, that conversation can go so deep.
For sure. That wraps up all the questions I'm gonna answer for now.
Yeah, honestly, we don't know why Joe is single.
We still don't know, but there's been a lot of fun stories.
And you've learned so much.
And I have learned a lot.
And
I am
hopefully his
hopeful.
learning.
I am learning too.
And hopefully his learning is gonna help y'all.
Exactly.
And you'll be the first to know when
You
he
will.
gets a girlfriend.
You'll be the first to
married.
know. I will be dropping subtle hints when I get a girlfriend. I will be soft launching. But I hope that this was a fun video, and I will catch you guys next time. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and leave a comment. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. And I love you guys, and I'll see you next time. Peace.